Hey everybody, tonight we're going to work a little bit on arpeggios. We're going to do a few exercises that make them less up and down, straightforward and boring, to do kind of sequences like I just showed you, and just make it a little more interesting. We're going to do it in the key of D major. So basically what an arpeggio is, it is the notes of a chord played separately. So what we want to do is find out the chords in the key of D major and then play the root or 1, 3, and 5 for each chord. Obviously for minor chords it's going to be a flat third, and major chords it's going to be a regular third. So we need to know the chords in the key of D major. So you got D major, E minor, F sharp minor, G major, A major, B minor. Then you get this weird one, which is a C sharp minor with a flat fifth, kind of like a diminished one. You're not going to use that much, it's more of a passing chord, and then back to D. So it's a So basically, those ascend like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to do arpeggios for each of those chords in order. So basically, the easiest way to do that, you can play chords in a million different ways. Everyone knows this little triangle kind of D chord. So if we stay with that similar shape for all the chords in that key, we're going to, there's the D major, E minor, F sharp minor. You see we kind of switched. You drop the third, make it flat. A major, or that was G major, sorry. A major, B minor. It's that weird one. And then back to D. So that kind of gives us a pattern to follow. Now, in my opinion, that's just the way I look at it. Guitar is just a bunch of shapes and patterns. And it so makes it so much easier when they're repeating patterns, and you can just drop them a fret, raise them a fret, and that'll put you in a whole different key. But I play mostly by patterns. So basically, again, an arpeggio, the simplest one to try it, it's going to be 1, 3, 5 for major and 1 flat 3, 5 for minor. So if we're going to do that first one, it's 1, 3, 5, and the octave. You go back down. So that's a D major arpeggio. Then you do minor. Then you do F sharp minor. Ah. And so on and so forth. And then this weird one is a back to D. So you see we've gone up the key. So if you just go up and down, and you can actually sweep pick this or alternate pick. So that's one way to do it. So now what you can do is you do it up and you can go down, and that's good practice to not only just ascend but go back down. So you can look at this different ways to kind of switch it up, make it a little more musical. You can ascend in one position, slide up and descend in the next. So that kind of mixes it up a little. Kind of like that. And you can go the opposite way. You can descend in the top one and ascend in the... So you kind of get that idea. So now a way to even make it more musical is do triplets or three notes. So we just did this, the D minor, the D major. You can do triplets, 1, 2, 3, then start it. There you go. So that's kind of doing that. Now, to mix it up even further, you saw how earlier we ascended to one position, shifted, descended to the next. You can do that with triplets too. So you can see that sounds a lot more musical. It's almost classical like Bach used to do and all the neoclassical guys in the 90s. So just again, ascend and descend in triplets. Go all the way up, and actually then you can go back down too, and it sounds just as musical. And the final one is going to be where you descend in the first one and then ascend in the other one. So you just do the opposite of what you did. And then you go back down. So sorry that was sloppy, but you kind of get the idea. So just practice those. That kind of breaks up the monotony of just straight up and down arpeggios, makes them a little more musical. You can take fragments of that, mix them in with scales. You can mix it in with chords, just take little bits and pieces. That's what it's all about. It's not just straight up and down exercises. You can kind of do whatever you want. So gives you something to work on. All right, cool. Thanks for watching.